Hello everyone, and welcome back to January 2019's line requests, the first line request of the year. Thank you so much everyone who submitted lines, and if you too would like me to say a line in any voice you want, you can become a patron by following the link in the description below and at the end of the video. We get a lot of cool benefits, including these line readings, including story requests. If you donate enough money, you could even get an original character in Indie Valley. Also new is the Hogcast, the new podcast where my friends and I read stories and make stupid jokes. It's a great time. Anyway, without further ado, here are the January 2019 line requests. For Ventus Agri. Before I forget, here's a line for January. I'm gonna read this as Susie and Lancer because I have not been given a voice to this line and I like them a lot. I know he's a crackhead. Put the fucking chainsaw down, John. Vroom, vroom. Thank you very much, Ventus Agri. What an interesting line. For Xavier Pena, I would love it if you could say the line from To Glorify My Platinum Soul. Excuse me, I can't even pronounce the title of my own story. To Glorify My Platinum Soul when Jilly thinks about Kyoko being off. Okay. I'm gonna read this as GLaDOS because why the hell not? Her mind began to wander as she followed the spiral patterns of a particularly large knot. The music began to drill a hole in her mind. Was Kyoko slightly off there? Of course she was, that bitch. She'd probably done it on purpose, just to spite her, just because they'd given Jilly the lead instead of her. What a bitch. Thank you, Xavier Pena. From John Hummel, we have a poem that he wrote called Literary Ingenuity Exquisitely Elucidated by Yuri. Yes, it's Doki Doki. Yes, this is fine. This is fine. Though Alamis does a much better Yuri than I do, so forgive me. When masterfully crafting unforgettable works of literary art, always articulate in action verbs. Carefully cultivate your writing style with practice and patience, and you create something superb. If you show me in an inadequate poem, I promise to teach you gently, so your enthusiasm does not curb. Acting taken aback by a horrible cataclysmic literary failure might seem akin to tasting a bitter herb. Thank you, John Hummel. That's a wonderful poem. That's actually like really good, like better than I could write, so well done. For Kaz Caden, quite simple and probably fitting if it's not too long, read as death. I gotta bring out the Irish accent here. Oh, I haven't done it in a while. Okay. Do not go gentle into that good night. Old age should burn and rave at close of day. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. Though wise men at their end know dark is right, because their words had forked no lightning, they do not go gentle into that good night. Good men, the last wave by, crying how bright their frail deeds might have danced in a green bay, Rage, rage against the dying of the light. Wild men who caught and sang the sun in flight, and learned too late they grieved it on its way, do not go gentle into that good night. Grave men near death, who see with blinding sight, blind eyes could blaze like meteors and be gay. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. And you, my father, there on that sad height, curse, bless me now with your fierce tears, I pray. Do not go gentle into that good night. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. Thank you very much, Kaz Caden. It's been a while since I've had to read a poem, so it's wonderful. Thank you so much. For Chronoton, as for the line read, no, you didn't miss it. I just forgot to include it. The rough setup is the chief, Talaine, and her second in command, Ilipe, who is also an Amazon for the record, accidentally stumble across a horrendous beast that's been eating/killing their other warriors despite their best efforts. Talon Yi wants to kill it while it's asleep, but Ilipe voices her concerns about actually being able to fight it, which prompts this response from Talaine. So this is from his a script that he wrote for a visual novel, possibly. Okay. So she's an Amazon, so I'm going to give her a tough voice. It's probably going to sound really akin to my Susie voice. I apologize, but I hope that's what you're going for. I know what it can do, but we finally found where this thing sleeps. No one has been able to track this thing. I wasn't even sure this thing slept at all before now. We may never have this opportunity again. As our chief, I cannot let this chance slip past us just because we were scared of it. I don't care about any of the fights we've had and lost to this thing. We are not fighting this thing. We are killing it. We're not giving it a chance to rouse from its sleep and attack us. We're going to sneak up on it from both sides simultaneously and separate its head from the rest of it before it even realizes we're here. At this point, I don't care if that's not an honorable fight. It needs death, and we will be providing it right here and now. Damn. That was a good solid monologue right there, my dude. Well done. Well done. I look forward to hearing the rest of it. Okay. For Casey and more, here's one for you, a mock prescription drug commercial. Please put on your best advertisement voice for this one. Can you get through it without laughing? Meh. Probably. I think you underestimate how often I laugh. Okay. We've all been there. Every day we risk events that drive our mood to rock bottom. Bad luck, a ruined first impression, endless bills. Some have loved ones for support, others just smile to hide the pain, others drink. But when all else fails, there's Screwicidal. Screwicidal is specifically designed to increase apathy during times of great stress. Just because life is stressful does not mean you can't shrug it off. Sometimes it's best to just not care. Screwicidal. Side effects include dry mouth, insomnia, sudden alcoholic addiction, staring at walls, self-neglect, spontaneous disintegration, and sleepiness. Do not take Screwicidal if you have suicidal thoughts or access to nuclear weapons. Ask your doctor if Screwicidal is right for you. Life got you down? Just say Screwicidal. I didn't get through it without laughing. Thank you, Casey and more. And finally, for Leroy. My greatest achievement, try to sound as tough as possible. I will try. I will fail.
I know what you're thinking. Did he fire 6 shots or only 5? Well, to tell you the truth, in all this excitement, I kinda lost track myself. But being this is a 44 Magnum, the most powerful handgun in the world, and would blow your head clean off, you've got to ask yourself one question. Do you feel lucky? Well, do you, punk?
God damn it, Leroy. God damn it, Leroy. Thank you so much, everyone, for your line requests for this month. I hope to see you next month. Hopefully we'll have some new faces, have some old ones. Thank you, everyone. Once again, I will see you all soon. I am Hedgehog. Bye-bye.